Yeah. Some of you, there was an offer made. The Page of Wands. Knowing that they need to call out for something new, because they needed to call this out because this was too much to carry. This is why something ended. And for a lot of you, this was a stable commitment. This was something that had been going on for like 4 years or more. This was a joining of forces to create a stable foundation. And what this may have felt like is a betrayal that started in thoughts and communications. Somebody, again, calling it out. Because this isn't something that felt good anymore. They wanted to go towards something that felt better for them. Okay, so that's the general kind of gist of the thing. Somebody wanted to be more their authentic self. Leo, you're coming out here. We had Scorpio come out. Now we got Leo. Oh, yeah, the party's over for the Emperor. Okay, so let's see. I'm going to start with Taurus. Start with Taurus. For some of you, and not just Taurus, this would have felt a little more positive. But I think especially for Scorpio, as it's preparing for the nodal axis to have the south node going through Scorpio like that, I feel like it was particularly hard for some Scorpios. Because this is like a process where you're going to be releasing things. Again, we see the sun. Yeah, things that don't fit well into the cake you're baking. Yeah. Then we get the Ten of Cups reversed here, right? Some of you don't read Thoth reversals. I do, because I like to read. I'm a Sagittarius. I don't play with other ones. Anyway, let's go. Let's go. Okay, so Taurus. You may have felt like you had some conversations that were emotional and feeling a bit immature. That didn't feel good. Alright. Like, I can't win. This isn't me. This isn't for me. This doesn't feel good. I feel like I can't move forward with this. Like this. Ooh, are you starting a new connection? A passionate new connection. Oh, Taurus. This seems very... If this doesn't have to do with children, then this is a very youthful energy to this. Very sensual also. We got Mars in Leo, we got Jupiter in Leo, and we got the Princess of Wands. But we also have Cups present. We also have the Sun. And the Two of Cups. Sorry about that. Here, let me pause it so I can blow my nose. Okay. I am a loud nose blower, so I had to get that out. Okay, so after a period of kind of holding back, you're ready to really go through it. Go through it. Ready to really go through it. I see this coming up as very passionate. I don't know if some of you have Leo in your chart or are dealing with a Leo, but there are plenty of Leo cards. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I know plenty of you Leos will be having Venus in Cancer also, because Venus is never far from the sun. So I'm reading for Taurus, but if you're not dealing with a Leo, maybe you have placements there. Maybe that's just the energy you're having. But you feel like you can't win because you can't move forward in this connection. This feels like there's an ending that was kind of destined in this connection. The cups aren't dumped though. There's still love. It's the feelings that are hurt. It's the ego that is hurt. And if this has to do with your children, it's them. They're not doing well. Somebody's losing their passion for this. Somebody's feeling just so stuck and so burdened. And it's leading to like a betrayal of self or a betrayal in a connection. I see a younger person who's very intuitive, trying to move forward but can't, feeling blocked, feeling disappointed in possible previous actions that made them feel like they had hurt somebody. I mean, they are in the upright, but I see this as them looking back, like, or even farther down the line at something they don't like how they reacted. Feeling like they manifested a poor outcome. And however they did this, either they were too forceful or it just wasn't connected to their love. And with the Ten of Swords, we know it probably started in thoughts and communication, not from their heart, because that's not in the best placement. Okay, so what kind of led up to this was being kind of emotionally mature and kind of causing this ending, probably with harsh words and stuff like that, that did not help them in this situation. Because a betrayal in the situation that they're still loving just leaves them at a standstill where they can't move forward. In the present, I see them kind of with their tail between their legs, because although they're still loving this connection, they have to start fresh. And they feel kind of foolish. They don't know where they're going from here. I don't think this was as thought out. This looks more as something that was built up and built up and built up, and frustrating. Frustrating for sure. And the universe called it and was like, well, something's got to happen here. But I don't think it's over. I think it's just knocked back in progress. Like, you're going to have to build back that progress. And it starts in from your heart. You got to build it back from your heart. And from your, instead of moving forward in a destructive energy, now it's time to move forward in a more fertile energy. And I think you understand that. For some of you dealing with an Aries, there they are. This is very fiery, but the universe had to call it. This was building up, building up, building up. There's a blockage. There was an immaturity here. Words were spoken that were harsh, that didn't help the situation, that weren't coming from a place of love, and it broke. But in the middle, in the heart of this, there's still love. There's still love, not just coming from one person, but from more than one person. All right? There's still passion to move forward. It's just blocked and stuck until we can find a new way to progress. It had to happen. So where people may have seen you as, hey, you lost this one, whoever this young person is, and you may not see what's going to happen in the future. You have a feeling of love and new beginnings, and so long as you move forward in that new beginning with love and curiosity and that passion that, you know, this ending had to clear away so that the passion could move forward. You can't see what's going to happen in the future, but it's very fertile. So know that. And it's going to lead you on a more authentic path, free from those blockages. I see you moving from a more authentic place of love instead of thoughts and self-sabotage and the muddier emotions, the forceful behaviors, the destructive behaviors. This really had to clear a path. So there's that. And I'll go ahead and pull one of these for you, Taurus. Very fiery. Very passionate. Any choices you make now, be conscious of where they're coming. Be conscious of that this is starting a new beginning. And if it's not like if you don't move forward in authentic love and authentic self and even ego, but like right action ego. Because it's the lower vibrational stuff that has self-sabotage written on it here. Go with the fertile forces. With the destructive. That's already done. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. You already called in your soulmate. So you may not be able to see the future, but you're starting a new beginning with love. And there's going to be love coming from more than one person. Your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations help bring you together. And you've already met the romantic partner you seek. Make the effort. No more self-sabotage. Lean into it. Lean into it. Watch your words. Don't get messy. And that's what I have for you, Taurus. I'm going to need to pause this so I can blow my nose again. Okay, so now we have Leo. Oh, the Emperor first. Dealing with some harsh energies. Yeah, you really wanted to go a certain way. And there are things you're not talking about. You're in an adjustment process that you're not talking about. You're learning and kind of integrating this new knowledge. Yeah, okay. You're in a place of learning for sure. Something new. And you're trying to release what doesn't serve you, the things that kind of shackle you. I'm looking at this as like parts of an idea that you kind of had to cut yourself out from, or cut yourself away from. Possible old relationships too, or thoughts about soul ties are being reviewed. Yeah, you're keeping quiet and going within and trying to integrate this new knowledge so that you can the silence is your armor, is what it looks like. Leo. This is a new path. This is a new path you're taking that you're hoping will bring you to your dreams. I see you really trying to cut off what doesn't serve you. I'm wondering why. I'm going to need to look into that. Because it looks like it's going to end well, and you're going to be working with other people eventually on this. You know what? I think you may have cut more people out than you should have. And you may have to come back. Like, you may have thought this would be fine without these parts too. You may have gone a little chop happy. And you may have to come back down the road and bring in some cups to manifest this. To get the water to pour for the stuff, you know? The star needs to fill her jug, you know? You're gonna have to go back and collect that water. Okay. You may have felt like those connections were more of a burden, maybe tied to them. You felt like it was dragging you down. But you can't move forward to this success without. And this card is Moon and Taurus. You thought you could do it without. But there's something about those connections you do have to take with you. They are part of your authentic story. They are part of your path. I mean, you take the lead, you make sure it's balanced, and you are cutting out a lot of stuff that you don't need. But when I see you cutting off the 6 of Cups and the 4, and then I see the star reversed in relation to that, you're giving off a lot of Wands energy at this time, though. You're giving off Wands energy, but they can't see the internal adjustment that you're making. Unless you bring those cups back into balance, you're not going to be fulfilled. There are going to be a lot of what ifs. Success at what cost? So behind you, I see the act of cutting off these things that you feel are dragging you down, and maybe having some conversations, maybe practicing a new craft, maybe learning something new, something with skill and passion, something you might want to perform with later. I see you choosing a path. I see you trying to kind of take initiative to go down that path, but quietly, without saying much, in a quiet kind of learning. People could see something's cooking, but you're not showing them what yet. In the current energy, I see you coming off with this, oh gosh, here we go. I see you coming off with this nostalgic kind of passionate energy, really coming forward as the Wands, really coming forward as the passion, the initiative, the drive to succeed. What people don't see underneath that is how you're adjusting to that process and who you're letting go in that process. And in the future, I see you kind of looking back and realizing that you have to go and collect some of those cups and bring them back in balance to have your star energy, because you realize for the star, you're going to need to work together. There's going to be some healing here with the 6. Because it's going to take working with others to really reach that 10 of Cups. And you're going to be using that 10 of Cups energy to fulfill the star prophecy. Right? Or else you're not going to have the water in the jug. So, that's what I got. I'm going to pull some of these. Healing family issues. I see air. I see air signs. And so you could be working with air energy. You could be greatly affected by Saturn in Aquarius. So it's opposing Leo. Yeah, healing family issues comes up again. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. Yeah, and for yourself is reversed here. See? And then I have keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectations in children. Your love life is being affected by children. And I see the 6 of Cups here. But I also see... And this came out like this. I see you trying to hack away, like really trying to take initiative to make this work for yourself. To balance this out and take initiative to the path you want to be on. The thing that lights you up. The thing that you're passionate about. What's holding you back? You're looking around. You're cutting it off. You're trying to adjust to that process. But with the 6 and the 4 of Cups reversed, which are all the cups, it leaves you with the star not fulfilled in the future. So just make sure that you have enough water for the star. And remember, you know, the 6 and the 4 make 10. Remember that she's holding that water. And although you have to work together for this success after conflict, it's authentic. It's the star after all. So Saturn might be teaching you about... Saturn tends to isolate. Isolation versus... Yeah. So navigate it as you need to. And 2 of these cards, the healing family issues and the keep an open mind, they both show somebody kind of watching over the situation. Hold on, I have to blow a nose. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so this is an adjustment process. This is a moving process. This isn't just... for some of you, with the way it looks, you may have already cut some people off that you might have to go invite back into this situation. But there are things, it wasn't all bad. In the process, you did cut off things that you needed to. And if this is a learning process where you're integrating new knowledge, don't cut off the emotional part of it. If this doesn't have to do with other people, it could be because it does look like learning a new skill, learning something very important. But again, you got to address those cups. You have to address your needs. If you're studying, and just trying to push through, address your needs, or else you're not being authentic. Address your emotional needs. Let your friends help you. Ask and accept support from others. And heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So part of this holding back, I mean, use your discernment and discretion with that. The bottom three, at the foundation, you really are trying to work on something balanced and stable. It's true. Okay, that's what I have for you, Leo. Next we'll do Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio. Get some shuffles. Okay, Scorpio, really. The next year may not be a breeze for you. I have to be honest. But don't let that stop you from moving forward. Don't let that stop you from seeing the truth of situations, and that truth also being opportunities to move forward. Eight of Swords popped out a little bit. That's why I bring that up. Some of you may not feel on your game, like your needs are being met. You need your needs met to be able to help anybody else, all right? Meet your needs. I know that's like so easy to say, and especially if you are the Empress, you are like a mother, you are like somebody where other people depend on you. That sometimes feels like impossible. It's not. You might feel too alone with that Hermit in reverse coming out. Yeah, for some of you, you feel depressed. I see the Sun reversed. Nostalgic. Not sure how to move forward in that energy. Looking back. Should I go back? Okay, so here we're moving forward with the Knight of Discs, wanting to be responsible, wanting to take initiative, even though you're feeling a bit depressed with the Sun reversed. Having a hard time adjusting. Yeah. The Knight of Discs, the Sun reversed, and adjustment reversed. You may have taken some fiery action and moved forward swiftly with harsh communication that may have come off as immature in the past. You weren't looking at that as much as you were looking at your stability. I think you let some harsh words maybe slip, some communication and thoughts that were passionate but not pointed in the direction of the stability that you really are looking for. You feel like this was in the recent past, a turn of bad luck. I see communication. Oh wow, but you're ending with the Ten of Cups. You're starting something new. But you have to release some of these assets. You have to release some of this stability. The thing that you are looking towards, the one thing you're focused on, is something you kind of have to let go of a little bit. that's depressing you? How are you supposed to feel this peace and adjustment when you feel like you're on such shaky ground and you're on such a wild movement in a new direction, is what I see with the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords and the Knight of Discs. But listen, at the bottom, you got the Wheel of Fortune, you've got the 8 of Wands, and you've got the 10 of Cups. So that's good news. That's good news, possibly brought to you by the Knight of Swords. Oh, Mercury. Pay attention to the birds. Pay attention to the birds. Focus on your communication, because that's going to help you find your path to your 10 of Cups, your fulfillment there. You're going to find that balance and adjustment through your connections, through your communication. It looks like at the moment you're having no problem taking initiative to move forward towards what you want, which is great. See separation, time apart from your partner on the horizon, and getting to know each other. So you may be transitioning through a relationship. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond deepens. I see a lot of communication and a lot of initiation and moving forward in a new direction. The energy you may not be aware of is this movement forward with good luck attached to it. With fulfillment and good luck, the undercurrent of these changes. Remember that. Because for a lot of you, you may be depressed in this situation, but it's still the sun. You're still going to have this great new beginning with this authentic guiding light. And remember that you don't have all of the control in this situation. You're taking initiative, and that's great. You guys still keep doing that, and definitely keep your lines of communication open, mature, and okay, don't be spying. Don't be spying. Don't be spying on your ex-friends, ex-colleagues, whatever you ended before. This notion of stability you had before, whoever was attached to that, who you had to kind of split from, don't spy on them. That's gonna bring you into this whole cycle of misfortune and dim in your shine. You're not going to be stepping out in the way you want to. You're going to find yourself depressed with the sun reversed. So keep that sun upright by focusing more on your initiative than the past, okay? There are going to be messages coming up in the future. I see a Libra energy. I see adjustment. I see the 10 of Cups. I see fulfillment. So the hardest part of this is balancing it out, but you're going to do that, okay? It's just going to be a little bit of a hard time. Keep those lines of communication open, all right? That's the best advice I could give. Just keep the faith, keep the line of communications open. Blow my nose. Okay. Oh, and don't be afraid to let go of assets. You can let go of those assets and still keep your power. Your power is in your communication and initiative. It's not in the pentacles. When you look only toward the pentacles, when you look only toward the material, the tangible, you're kind of too focused on that and making kind of immature decisions elsewhere. So Scorpio, don't be afraid to let go of any kind of tangibles in favor of a new beginning. Because if you block yourself off from that, you're not going to be happy and you're going to find yourself coming back to that situation. Okay? Muddied up emotionally for sure. You want this new beginning. You want this. Alright? And to go for it means to have to let go of some things. Your power is in the communication. Your power is in the creation. Not what you built before. Yeah. That's what I have for you. Now, Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Conversations about balancing energy, taking initiative, choosing. Choosing a path to more power, more stability, passion in your life. Yep, Knight of Wands. So you're coming in blazing. Oh, you're coming in blazing because you may not be so happy with your material situation. That's something you want to work on. And that material situation is affecting your emotional well-being. And here we have the Queen of Wands coming up here. She sees something's not growing, and that's why she's coming out there with the Knight of Wands. Okay, I see swift action, communication, movement. Okay, like Leo, I see you may have to return to some relationships you let go in the past. You may have to change your perspective on some things. Something's not growing because you have to come back and work on a divine connection that you may have tried to let go of. You may have felt like you were martyring yourself in this connection and you cut it off probably a little too swiftly instead of taking the time to ponder it and consider what this means to you and the deeper meaning to the relationship. This relationship has a direct effect with your pentacles. It's directly linked. It affects the choices you're making financially. Because it's leaving you in a position where you're acting passionately, but a little less mature than you normally would because you're too alone in this situation. You're not seeing the light in Aquarius. I do see communication with this person. Don't be afraid to change your perspective because something here needs to change. And these things are linked. The practical side of things has to do with this relationship in the past here, and with the Hermit not at his best here. It's time to come out of doing this alone. It's time to work possibly with somebody younger than you. I see the Knight of Wands, I see the Queen of Wands. Some kind of tangible situation here is stagnant. It's not. You were hoping it would grow. It's not growing fast enough, and you're not feeling good about it. It's directly related to this past decision about a relationship with the Hanged Man and the Lovers. It's leading to a lack of success in the future. That could only be addressed if you turn this Hermit upright, turn these Lovers upright, act and make choices with a changed perspective on things, with a more compassionate approach, possibly communicating with a younger person, possibly from the past. Because going within for all the answers has not been working out for you. It's final. You will have success if you could turn this around. You will have tangible success if you could turn things around in this past relationship. You'll be back to your old sexy self in no time if you could turn this around. In the current moment, you might be talking quite frankly, which might be off-putting to some people. So something about your communication you might want to review. Something about past relationships you might want to review. Because the way people are seeing you is the 7 reversed, and then here you've got the Hermit reversed. You're not looking wise, and you need to change your perspective to have this success and to be able to work with other people to move up in position here and to really express yourself in an effective way. Attraction. And this came out on the Lovers. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. Okay, so let's see what else we got. Yeah. That's a very, like, I'm getting a very, like, tap into your feminine energy with this reading already. But that's what it's going to take to turn around this Pentacle situation, too. It hasn't been as fertile as it needs. Like, it's been kind of stagnant. It hasn't been growing the way you want it to. What needs to be done is tapping into that and really tending that soil. Working with the other players in the situation. A lot goes into baking this cake. You've been trying to do this all yourself. Pay attention in communication and who you're cutting off, because it takes more than the ingredients you know and have. You're creating with very limited ingredients. To have this success, you need to work with other people. Leo got something similar. Make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. All right? Yeah, this isn't about codependency. You may have thought this was codependent and thought, I need to do this all myself. Give your relationship a chance. You may have been deceiving yourself about that. And that's what I have for you, Aquarius. You will still have Jupiter in your sign for a little bit. At the end of the year. And then it's just Saturn again. But Aquarius and Saturn, you know, it could be worse. But work with that and make this a success for yourself, all right? To create, you're going to need other people with you, and to get those ingredients that'll make this extra special, you're going to need other people who you may not be talking with right now, or you may not be talking to effectively right now. I see success in a creation in your future. It's divinely guided, it's important, but it demands you change your perspective and maybe have some conversations and some different thoughts about things. That's what I got for you.